All right, welcome back to my wife's channel. This is day 2 of the garage build in a series of a few videos. Another beautiful day, and we're just continuing with the 10-foot section walls, 8-foot high. Like I mentioned in the first video, some of these 2x4s or studs aren't the same length. That's why I'm checking the length of these walls from bottom plate to top plate. Here I'm just lining up the bottom plate with the existing wall. That way I just hook my tape on the last 16-inch on center and just keep going 16 inches on center because it's already done for me. And you can see the cut lines in the cement pad. The concrete finishers put them at every 10 feet. All right, I'm just laying it out here. No revolutionary framing or anything here. It's just kind of makes sense out of this whole video series, so you know where I'm at. I'm old, so I use a little bench to lay out on. I know a lot of folks will say, why aren't you just on the floor doing this? I'm just saving my back and knees. Use my little framing square to make a square cut. One thing's for sure, I kept changing blades. They do go, in my opinion anyways, dull pretty quick because I use shitty blades, but whatever, you go to Canadian Tire, get a pack of 3 for next to nothing, change them out. It's way safer to keep a nice sharp blade on your saw. And here's another little trick I used, I learned from old framers and carpenters. Just clamp it. Costs you nothing other than the cost of the clamp, but keeps it all nicely lined up instead of being off by a 1/4 inch by the end of it. You can do both ends if you like. I just seems to work with just one on one side. Make your marks and off you go. Then I'm just checking off one more time. A little OCD there. Am I still 16 on center from the previous wall? So when I do my sheeting, I'm not struggling or putting in backers or whatever. And I guess I'm happy here. And I check all the crowning of the studs. I put the crown up as it's laid up on the floor, because when you're nailing, then your top plate and bottom plate aren't hovering in the air. And then what I do here, which I don't think I explained in the first video, is I mark the center of the bottom plate, and I pre-drill my holes so later when I stand the wall up, when I do my drilling into the concrete, it's the hole's done. I don't have to use my concrete drill or bust a wood drill in the concrete when I do that. Here's my wife holding, putting the walls together. All I'm worried about here is that my 2 studs are nice and flat. I'm not worried about plumb right now. Just getting those 2 end and starter studs lined up, and then I put my top plate or second plate on top, line it up, and tie it all together. This is one of the inspection parts. The inspector will not pass you if you don't have a double top plate. And just drilling through the bottom plate here. Again, 2 anchors per section. Probably overdid it. I looked up the code, and this is more than what's required for code. That's okay. These things are cheap. Blowing out the dust again, so I have good adhesion with the epoxy for the bolts. Put in another brace. My wife's checking for plumb. So you can see the gasket on the bottom plate again from this view. We got into a pretty good rhythm here. Again, nice site to work on, nice and flat, but with a little bit of drainage, which is great. And I have my level up there to check for level. Now I did use some shims, maybe an 1/8 here and there, and I used the composite ones. But for the most part, the cement pad was really nice, really flat, really level. Yeah, I wanted to touch on more of this Alberta patriots who are being called treasonous. You know, this Carney idiot goes out and makes deals, and this has been talked about a lot, but I'll mention it again. Can't say it enough times. He goes out and makes deals with the Chinese. You ask me, that is freaking treason. Piece of shit that guy is. All right. Getting rid of that dust. Another brace. You can see the level to the right there. Really nice and plumb.
Beautiful. Yeah. What do you see for a number?
What do I see for a number?
Yeah.
228.
Yeah. Which is the number above it?
19.
How good is that?
Yeah. Pack it up, pack it in.
So now, you stand right here.
And I was bang on.
You get a better idea.
Within a 16th.
Oh, it's huge.
So that's great. We're on the right track. Hope you enjoyed. And that's the end of this day. See you soon.